This is Random Palk, and we're reviewing a classic of a different style today. This is Shining Force 2 for fucking Sega. And this game is one of my favorites from when I was a kid. It's a strategy game instead of a traditional RPG. The leader's default name is Bowie, but we're gonna go with Palk mainly because that's my channel name, so let's do it. And we're gonna play it on the hardest difficulty, just because why the fuck not? This is one of the few games where the hardest difficulty is actually manageable. That didn't come out right, but yeah, we're playing on the hardest difficulty. Now, y'all may be familiar with the Shining Force series, so I'm just going to skip some of the shit. But for Sega, it has really good graphics and really catchy, enjoyable music, so can't go wrong with that. And there's Sarah. She's actually one of the worst healers in the game. But she can be useful if you turn her into a master monk, because this game has several hidden classes that you can get if you find the correct item. There are quite a few hidden classes, like for a priest, if you give them a Vigor Ball, they can become a Master Monk instead of a Vicar. Fucking warriors can become Barons instead of Gladiators. And of course there's like the hidden Sorcerer and all that shit, but we'll get to all those once we get that far in the game. But yeah, there are plenty of specialty classes. There are also quite a few hidden special characters like the Golem, Claude, and all that. But like I said, that's way in the future on this game. But anyone that's played Shining Force knows that there's quite a variety of characters you can make your teams out of. And the most common in every Shining Force is you always get a shitload of centaurs. They're like the base fighting unit, I guess. Well, I'll just assume that because you get so many of them. But the most important thing to get in these Shining Force 2, one of the most important things is finding as many missiles as you can. Because once you get to the ability to make missile weapons, you want to make sure at least most of your guys are well equipped with them for the final battle. So we'll try to get as many of the missiles as I can remember. And I may even pick up some missiles y'all might not have even known about, so we'll see as we go through. I'm going to try to get every secret, that way y'all don't have to worry about it. Oh yeah. And of course, the first battle is in the fucking tower. This is where you get the first missile, if you don't remember, and this is the only chance you get to get it. You search behind the tower, and there's the very first missile. Now, if you want the money at the start, you can sell the missile and just buy it back later in the deals section of the shop. So, it's up to you if you want to hold on to it, but I don't know, you might be better off selling it for the cash. But I'd say just hold on to it, because money is not really that big of an issue in this game. But it can be, but most of the time you always have the money you need, so there's really only one part in the game where money might be an issue. That's after you get promoted. Weird cloud, mist, whatever the fuck they are, monsters. Of course, Astral won't do anything. He'll just tell you to fight the monsters. But every Shining Force has an advisor type character that will provide backstory and all that shit, but won't actually help you in combat. That's just one of the common things in Shining Force, is always have an advisor. Now you gotta be careful, because the enemies always tend to go towards the leader. So you want to make sure your leader is all protected all the time. And you also want to make sure your leader gets levels as much as possible. Because, as I said, enemies love to go towards the leader, so you want to make sure your leader is actually one of your strongest guys. Not to mention he's one of your best warriors, so you want to make sure he's strong just for that fact. Fucking evil smokes. Now there is a build-up trick for the healers in this game that's not in the first Shining Force, where no matter if you're injured or not, you cast a heal spell and you automatically get 10 XP, so you can actually super grind your healers and make them pretty much fucking invincible if you want to go through that. And if you get Aura, it's even more ridiculous, because if you use Aura, you get 25 XP per casting if you heal a full group, which allows you to make the healer skyrocket in level. So that's always a nice trick. Hell, you could get Sarah promoted pretty much instantly if you want to. Just fucking keep doing the fights until she runs out of magic. And then just egress out, and then go back into the fight. Now, the reason why Sarah is not the greatest healer is because, let's face it, she doesn't learn Aura. And that's actually something that you need. I mean, you can get away with not having Aura, but trust me, Aura is a very good spell in this game, and actually one of the most fucking double turn enemies. And one interesting thing I find in this game is it gives you the fucking stats on your guys. You know, your kill stat and your death stat, so you can see exactly how many times your character has died and how many kills he's gotten during the gameplay. I always try to make the kill rate for my guys 0, but I'm probably not going to get around to that on this one. I'm going to try to make it where I have a no deaths run on every single character, but that's not going to be an easy thing to do. But we're going to try it. because especially at the very start, the death rate, can be kind of high if you're terrible at the game. Fucking ouch. The enemies have a high dodge rate. I do suggest, even if you don't do the build-up trick for your healers, at least make sure they run out of magic at the end of each fight so they get the most XP. But this game actually does have a decent story to it. So, reading the story is actually one of the more entertaining parts, because even though this game does have a couple fucking bad errors in the story, like fucking misspelled words and shit like that. But not too many. And I do like how this game has the generic fucking silent protagonist who doesn't really talk all that much. Everything he says is just pretty much understood, which I always thought that was something that RPG should have kept, because I don't know, I just always found the silent protagonist to be one of the most interesting heroes. Yep. We're almost done with the opening part. Yep, heartless minister. It don't fucking matter if he dies, he's too old. That's kind of fucked up. Ah, yes. This is where you get your first mission to go find the historian. So there we go. We're past all the opening stuff. Now we're actually able to play the game. Sorry about that, I was going the wrong fucking way. Now, you do want to search out the towns for treasures, but at this point in the game, there's not really a whole lot of treasures. And although you're wondering, there are no special fucking things for the wooden sword and all that crap, so you might as well sell the stick and the wooden sword. Because even though you would think there would be like a specialty item if you held on to them when you're making mithril weapons, but there's not. Like I said, if you want the money at the start, sell the mithril, you'll be able to buy anything you need. Don't forget, as you go through the game, to check the deals, because the deals can give you specialty items, and if you sold something you didn't want to sell, you can always buy it back in the deals if it's a specialty item or a rare item. Then old Jaha joins you. Yep, the first warrior. And another difference in this game from the others is that sometimes when you're walking around on the world map, you can actually have to re-fight fights, which I always thought was kind of interesting. But you see how strong the enemies after the first fight are. They get a lot stronger, a lot quicker. Yeah, Jaha is incredibly strong, but his movement sucks ass, so he... but there are shit like running pimentos and other specialty items where you can improve that kind of shit, so... Now on this fight, I normally build up a few levels, but for the sake of this review and playthrough, we're going to try to build up as little as possible. But normally on this fight, I get everyone to like level 4 or 5, just because it makes the shit a lot easier if I do that. But we're going to try to avoid building up as much as possible to make this shit go smoother and quicker for you. You can actually build up to level 7 on this fight, but that's only if you want to take the time to go through all the fucking warping out and warping in. Sometimes you're better off setting up a kill just to make the guys you want to level up actually get the levels. You know, like wounding an enemy and then running away and let somebody else kill it. So yeah, that's a good way to level up the guys you want, is to set up a kill. That was always one of the most interesting things about Shining Force for me, were the battle cutscenes. I always thought that was one of the greatest things back then. Of course, Chester is actually not terrible, but there are way better centaurs in the game than Chester. I didn't want Jaha to kill that guy, but he got the counterattack kill. I wanted the leader to kill him. Oh well, Jaha can set up the leader on this one. That's why I didn't want to happen. As you see, that's another trick where healers using fucking items acts like they casted the heal spell, so if you're out of magic, you can still use the heal spell, the healing items to give your healers actual XP. Damn it, Jaha. First a counterattack kill, then a double attack kill. That was supposed to be my leader. There we go. Now, if you want to, you can go back and buy more medical herbs. I'm not going to do that right now. Now in this town, you can search out some stuff. Like, you get a free healing seed and shit like that. So you do want to search out the towns. But I'm only going to search out the towns for the important items. Because a lot of the treasures at the start aren't really worth getting. And there's a church. But what you do in this town is you just talk to old Kazan here. And once you... But this is the introduction episode to this game. So we're going to save it for now. And we'll get back to this game later. I was just introducing it to you. But yeah, there are plenty of good things on this game. If you never played it before, I'd say definitely check it out. And if you're a fan of these series, then you know there are plenty to pick from. There's Shadow 4 CD, the Game Gear ones, and all that shit. But I'm going to end it now before I start boring y'all to death. If you like this video, please subscribe. If you like any of my videos, then please subscribe. I'm sure you'll find one that you like. Well, I'm going to end this right now. We'll get back to this game shortly. Unfortunately, I have to end it early. But